Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm live tonight. Yes, and a very unusual time. It's just before 10 p.m. I just decided to come up live this evening, just to have a brief chat with you before we all go to bed, before we retire to bed. If you are in the part of the world where I am. So yes, for those of you that haven't met me before, or you're coming across my video for the first time, my name is Felicia Postede Akintola, a mom, a wife, a registered nurse here in the UK. I'm originally from Nigeria, but now I live in the UK and I run an amazing digital business. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Please put in the comment section, let me know where you're watching me from so that I can acknowledge you and then also to, connect with you. And my topic today, you can see from the title, just give me a moment. I just want to see my privacy settings just to make sure that I am public. Yes, I am. Okay, awesome. So yes, you can see from my topic today. First, I want to wish you a happy new week, a wonderful new week. How has your Monday been? It's been, a good Monday for me. I slept, I woke up because I was working last night, stroke this morning, and yes, thankfully, I'm off today and tomorrow. So I just thought of, I'll come out live tonight to wish you a happy new week and also to motivate and encourage you as I always do. So tonight I want to ask you this question. When I come out like this, sometimes I ask questions. So today I want to ask you this question. What sacrifice can you make today to improve your tomorrow? It's a deep question for me because that sort of changed everything for me when I asked myself that question years back. Because, like growing up, we all know that, if you have parents like mine, the education and all of that, we need to go to school, we need to, be a graduate to be able to make money. You even need to further to do your master's, to do your PhD, to climb the career ladder so that you can, you know, make a good living for yourself. In the process, those are sacrifices that we made then to be able to achieve what we have achieved today. I always say to my children, I said, look, I came here because I'm a registered nurse. I came here because I had or I have a qualification that helped me to be able to migrate, to another country. I went to Namibia because I'm a registered nurse, because my expertise was needed, and I came to the UK because I'm needed here. And I always say that to my children. I say, so you have to make sacrifice. If you know you want to explore the world, you want to go all over the world, you want to travel anywhere, you have to be relevant, whether through your education or whatever you offer. So I always say that. So those are sacrifices that we have made in the past, to be able to get to where we are today. And I want to put that to you today again. Are you where you visioned yourself to be? Are you in that place where while you were growing up, your goals, your aspirations, and your visions in life, are you where you want to be already? If not, you still need to make some sacrifices. You still need to make some sacrifices. I was speaking to a colleague sometimes ago, and she said, oh, she's trying to apply for this course because where I work, after certain years you can apply for courses, to further and also to grow in career. She said no, she's going to do this course so that she can get through this stage. And I said, just give me a moment, I want to see what's coming here. Okay. So she wants to do that course so that she can be able to do certain work. She can be able to work in certain places, and that will help her with work-life balance as well as growing a family whenever she starts. And she said it's a big sacrifice that she's going to make, but she just have to do it because of what she's expecting in the long run after getting the certificate. And I tell you, that is it. That is it. You just have to sacrifice, to be able to achieve those things that you want to achieve in life. Like me, somebody like me, if I tell you that I'm not so academic, some people won't believe. Some people say, you work here and all of that. To be honest, it's not like I'm so academic. I'm not so academic, but I like to try things. I sacrifice things a lot. Like there was a time not even there was a time, like I have an application to study law that I've been approved. And it's not like I know how I'm going to be, but I just love to explore. I just love to, try other things. I just love to try new things and see where I like to, open my eyes. I like to, I don't know how to say it in English, but I'll say it in Yoruba. I am Kigon. I like to dare anything. Yes, I think that's the word. I like to dare anything. Even though I'm not so academic, I still want to study law. Even though I'm not so academic, I want to, be a life coach. I want to study to be a life coach, Even though you know, some of us are just willing. You just have the willingness. Like I am willing to, change the narrative for me, for the end, for the people that come across me, for as much people as I can reach. I want to be able to impact and tell them that you are worth more. In fact, that's one of the things that is pushing me to go and do a course that I'll be starting by the grace of God anytime soon, life coaching, because I see a lot of people with mindsets that are so rigid, and they feel like we are already at the end of their achievements. Yes, that well, I don't think some people say, I don't think I can go further. Why would you say that to yourself? Why would you think that of yourself? You need to shift your mindset. And I think that is the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Because imagine I've been a nurse for 25 years. Imagine my age, and I'm still willing, to explore. I'm still willing to impact lives. I'm still willing. I'm very young. I'm less than 50, but I know a lot of 40s that will say, oh, they're already 40, and they just continue with what they are doing. But that's not me. Even though I know that, okay, this might be big for me, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to dare it. I want to go and explore. I want to sacrifice whatever it takes, even if it takes me sacrificing my sleep, just like I did before I started my business. When I started my business, I had no time. My plate was full. I had no money to put into business. Yes, that's the simple truth with me. I had no money to put into business because that year was the year we got our ILR. That year I had an accident that, completely wrote off my car. My car was completely written off. And, even if the insurance was going to give me money, it's not going to be the value of my car that I bought 5 years ago. Imagine. So I needed to add money, and I needed to upgrade as well, because that car was already, I was in my mind, I said, okay, I'll buy another car, but let me just still be using this one to like financially buoyant. So if my car was already written off, and at that stage I was given some compensation from the insurance, why not just talk about buy my, the car that I want to buy, like my dream car and all of that. So that year was a lot for me. There was a lot. So I didn't have much, liquid. I didn't have much cash rather to, put in business. But you know what? I sacrificed so many things. I sacrificed even up to today. I still continue to sacrifice for my business to grow. I still continue to sacrifice for for me to live a better life tomorrow. And that is the question, I'm putting out to you. What are you willing to sacrifice to be able to achieve a better tomorrow, to improve your tomorrow, to improve your children's tomorrow, to be able to leave legacy for your children, to be able to live your dream life, even if you're 50, you're 60. I tell you, in our business community, right? I'll be citing examples that I know. I won't give you examples that I don't know, people that I've not seen. So in my business community, yes, because that's where most of my friends are now. This is the cycle that I belong to now. This is my cycle of influence now. These are the people that are motivating me. So in my business community, I see someone who started a business at the age of 57, 57, and she became a job quitter at 63. Yes. So whatever age you are, I know people who are over 70 in our business community. And you know what they're doing is, they just want to be busy doing something. And honestly, our business gave them that, that leverage, that ground to, explore and be relevant as well, and also help others, do the same. So that is why I'm putting this question to you. If me, not so academic, even if you believe that I'm academic, I know my worth, I know myself. I know that I know if I want to know something, I will know it. And if I want to put my heart to something and learn it, I will learn it. My English is not 100%. Like my husband and I know he's on, like he is well academic, like he's moving dictionary. We call it mobile dictionary. He asks him any English, he knows. But for somebody like me, I'm just an average. Like, but I'm ready to explore anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can go into anything. I can go into any course that I want because I know what I know that I can sacrifice and make it happen. I know that I can, put in what it takes. Share is to study, put your head in it and learn it and know it. That is me. That's the kind of person I am. And I want to ask you today. And that is what has helped me thus far. When I left Nigeria in 2014, where I was going was not Konshele Toniora. It was a dry land that I was going. I was going to a place where I have never heard before. To be honest, it was my first time hearing Namibia. When I saw the, when I was given the opportunity, I was told that there's a place called Namibia. I had to Google it, and the place where we were going is about it's miles away from the city, right? You imagine going out to the city once a week to get all your shopping and everything done. But you know what? I knew what I wanted. I knew I could, do what it takes. I knew I could sacrifice. So I said, no problem now, let's go. Even when, my kids, like when I went to see them, I told them, okay, this is where I'm going. And they were like, wow, mommy, Namibia. My son was in secondary school then. I think it was in JSS3 or yeah, SS1. And I said, yeah, Namibia. Even then, my family, they said, Namibia, why Namibia? I said, well, let me go. So I went because I knew I could sacrifice. I knew I could endure anything for a better tomorrow. So when I got there, it wasn't like it's 100%, comfortable, but I did what I could. I registered with the Namibia Nursing Council, even it was not easy to do the registration because they had to travel miles away, like 8 hours. Yes, Igbami, join. I'll want to Confinkeru. Those are the type of vehicle I will join to be able to get to Windhoek to go and do my, my paperwork, submit, and that nursing council, they already know me there because I'm always doing there to ask to follow up and all of that. And in the process, I went for volunteering. In the process, I applied for a job there because I had my registration. And after my volunteering, after 2 years of volunteering, I got a job and I started a job there. And from there, I did not rest because I know what I wanted. I knew what I wanted rather, and I know that I can only achieve it if I can sacrifice. And there's so many sacrifices. I traveled to South Africa from Namibia to go and do so many exams to be able to get to the UK, right? To go and do like I did so many English tests. Yes, that's why I told you I'm not so academic, but I know I can do it. I did my English test like well over 6 times. Yes. But when I passed in several places. I passed IELTS, I passed OET, like I passed multiple at a time, if you know what I mean. But that's because I said, I'm not giving up. I'm not the type that gives up. So I want to put this to you today, and I'm challenging you today. Are you the type that gives up on your dream, on your goals? What is that thing that you can sacrifice? Share time me. Because for me, whatever it will take some people to learn 10 minutes, it might take me 20 minutes to learn. But I'm willing to sacrifice the extra 10 minutes to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. And that is me. And that is why I want to ask you again and again and again today because it's the beginning of the week. We are already going to do that work today. We are back home, already preparing for tomorrow again. What can you sacrifice today for a better tomorrow? What can you sacrifice? Because at the end of the day, If you can't sacrifice anything, we sacrifice. You are in diaspora. I'll majorly address people in diaspora. You're in diaspora, you sacrifice so many things coming to the UK. And I see a lot of people say that, so if I now pay my 149, what's the need for me? When am I going to start earning? You are after, sorry, I was just, you are after, when are you going to start earning? Almost immediately. You didn't even ask me, what is my work? What am I supposed to do? What sacrifice am I going to make to be able to achieve my goals? Because I tell you, anything that lasts forever does not come cheap. Anything that stands the test of time can never come so cheap. There will be a level of, there will be an amount of sacrifice that you have to, put in and sacrifice. So if you're coming to me and you're feeling like, okay, when am I going to start making money? You should know the answer. And that's what I always ask people. I say, it all depends on you. What are you willing to give in? How much time are you willing to put in your business? How much time? People would put 1 hour, 30 minutes, and they still make remarkable results. Like when I started, I told you, I just had to sacrifice 30 minutes, 1 hour of my sleep time. And I'm still able to get like the results that I wanted within the time frame that I planned for myself. So it's, at the end of the day, it's up to you. The sacrifice you can make today will pave way for you for will pave way for your tomorrow. Think of it like, okay, when you started your primary school, secondary school, you were making sacrifice. It wasn't easy. Somebody like me, it was not easy. There were times that it will be my dad that will bundle me to school. Like me, overload school me, daddy, I'm not going to sleep today. But my daddy will bundle me, and because my daddy was the pastor, like a lot of people know him. So our teachers then they know my dad. So they will treat me specially. In fact, the way they give teachers food then. There's one teacher that my daddy handed me to, and my daddy said, make sure cook her with school. So the woman, when they bring her own food, the teacher's food is different. Even if it's 1 naira, the food will be massive. She will give me her food. Jump, class, cook away. And those were the motivation. So I made that sacrifice. It wasn't like it was easy. School was never easy, but I don't think school is easy for anyone, but we know what we want at the end of it. And that's what has kept me going up until today. Even when I went to Namibia, I wasn't easy. When I came to the UK, I've never been used to this weather. Some people will be feeling hot now, but me, I'm always good. I'm always in my place. But that's the sacrifice that I have to make for tomorrow. That's the sacrifice I have to make for my children. That's the sacrifice I have to make, for my own goals, my visions, my aspirations. Like I told you earlier, I've already put in for so many things. Those are the sacrifices I have to make, right? To be able to achieve those goals, even though, like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to, do whatever it takes to be able to achieve my goals and my visions and my aspiration. And that is, what sacrifice means. Sacrifice means that being able to do what it takes to be able to achieve those things that you want to achieve in life. I hope I've blessed you today. So, like I said earlier, I run a digital business, and what I do is I help everyday people like myself to start a successful online business. You don't need to know how it works. There is a comprehensive training that will set you up for success. And that was the training that helped me. And I tell you, when I saw my business opportunity, I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew deep down in me that I can do what it takes. I can put in what it, even if it means that I will go and open dictionary and be looking for, even if it meant that I was going to, go to YouTube and begin to watch Orishi and begin to apply them. I always write. I write, I jot, I do all those that. So even if it meant that, I have to do my writing and go over them again and again and again to be able to know, what to do. I knew I could do it because I had, that mindset that whatever is good, whatever is, going to give you the kind of life you want, needs some considerable amount of sacrifice and work. So you don't need to have it figured out. You don't need to know how to run a digital business. As long as you are open to learning, you're willing to learn new things, you're willing to explore, you're willing to sacrifice. I can be your guide. I'm a business mentor, I'm a digital business mentor, and I help people start a successful online business. So just go on to my website if you feel like you also want to start something new, something that can give you financial freedom, time freedom, build legacy. Yes, that's this business. I'm talking of a high ticket business, a business where with just one contract, you're talking about four figures. So yes, I'm not telling you to get rich quick. Mm-mm. There's nothing like that in my own, business. But I'm telling you that you'll get to a stage where this business can, be your pension, 5,000 US dollars monthly for the rest of your life without doing anything. Our business is transferable. Recently I was talking to one of my mentees and she said, "Oh no, I want to use my, I want to use my child's name for my business." And I rang the company we partner with. Okay, I want to transfer this, and they said no, absolutely fine if it's a family. So this business, you can transfer it to your family. So that's why we say it is transferable, it's generational. So this is a business that can give you that opportunity. You walk the walk, I guess. You walk the walk. It's not get rich quick. It's not you sit down and expect manna to fall from heaven. Really, there's anything like that. I don't think there's any manna that falls from heaven anymore without you putting the work. Yes, you put in the work. You do pray. Yes, like prayer, like me. If you know me, you know I pray a lot. So I'm not saying that don't pray. Pray. Yes, pray. But you do the work. You do the work. You tell God, I've done what it takes. I leave it to you, and God will handle everything and take care of everything for you. So I challenge you today, make that sacrifice. What is that thing that you are aiming to achieve? What can you do to be able to achieve it? Go onto my website, sign up with your name and email address. There's considerable amount of investment with my business model. And if you're willing to change something about your current situation, you're willing, right, to say, multi-sacrifice from Nigeria came to the UK. I'm willing to sacrifice again to be able to, achieve great things in life, to be able to get to that stage where I get paid even without doing much, just guiding my mentees and all of that in this business. Give yourself time. Give yourself time, because if you come and run and say, okay, money, 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 you'll be exhausted. So when I started my business, I was just loving the fact that I could do something. I told you that I like to dare anything. I say this online space, I don't dare you. So I was loving it. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying my training. I come out, I dance. You see, sometimes I dance, sometimes I praise God here. Sometimes, I just do some funny things. And, I was loving it in the process. And in the process, the money began to come. My community began to grow. Like I have 22K on my business page, over 8K on my, personal page. And I began to grow, and that's one thing that has kept me going. I see lovely people, who believed in me, joining my team, and my team began to grow. As I was loving, the journey, I began to realize income in the process. And that's one thing I want to tell you. When you're coming in, come with an open mind, and you want to build a generational wealth. If you want to build generational wealth, kò ń ṣe get rich quick. I know people who have achieved like great results in 5 to 6 months of starting this business. People quit their job in 5 to 6 months. I am still working. Yes, I still work 36 hours 3 days a week, but I'm just telling you that that is how far people can go. Yes, and my individual journey, yes. So, and the time you have to put in your business is different from the time I'll have. Your own brain is different from my own brain. My own pace of learning is different from your own pace. So maybe you'll be quicker than me. I don't know, but I know that with this business that I'm sharing with you, you will achieve massive results. Results that will blow your mind. Yes, you can achieve it using our business. So sacrifice today, gain tomorrow. That's what I have for you today. And I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I hope your Monday has been blessed, and I hope I've added value to you today. I hope to see you tomorrow again by the grace of God. So, do have an amazing evening. God bless you. Good night.